Show it to him. Yes, sir. Give it to him. Yep.
Do these muscles lie?
All right, it is 8:10 on Friday morning. We went and did a training session last night on the second carb up day at Iron Alliance. And this is what we're looking like post second carb up day. Aiden's weight went down a whole pound. Cole's weight stayed about the same. I think Aiden currently looks, conditioning-wise, dryness-wise, like he did Saturday of show day. So we still have a whole nother day of improvements to make. As for Cole, I think today, with like a shit ton of carbohydrates, will do you good. I still think you can fill up a lot more.
On a spending spree this prep, digging myself into a financial hole, but you know what? It's the last weekend, and then I'm climbing my way back out slowly.
Yeah, I feel good. Carbs are fantastic. I'm ready for Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I get
Pop-Tart. Yeah.
Let's go.
Their whole refeed is not just that, but
Yeah, it is.
The next day.
all right, it is the morning of show day. Aiden's weight is down even a little bit from yesterday after a fairly high, hard and heavy refeed day. Cole's weight is up a pound, but he has yet to take a shit. So it's probably about the same. All right, these are the quads we were rocking. I'd say we're looking pretty good. Breakfast is going down. Give us a rundown.
Show day, 8 a.m., like 2.5 hours before the show starts. What we got coming down right here is 2 Pop-Tarts, chocolate fudge flavor, toasted of course, and then we got 300 grams of non-fat triple lactose yogurt. Gonna probably put that on the Pop-Tarts, and then my favorite, 70 grams of carbs from the Goat, cream of rice, blueberry muffin flavor. So yeah, I'm gonna absolutely destroy this food and hopefully fill up the muscles with all this glycogen and bring a full, sexy look to the stage.
Okay, give me that much. The game plan with this meal for Aiden, compared to his last showing, the difference between his fullness is just night and day. I think your legs in the morning might have been a little bit just crisper, and the lines were a little bit deeper. I'm just pulling his sodium and water back a little bit, just see if we can dry those boys out a little bit more. Now Cole's breakfast, what do you got in this?
I got Greek yogurt, honey, blueberries, some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I also get a Pop-Tart.
How does that taste?
With the blueberries, it's alright. Yesterday it was just yogurt, honey, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That tasted pretty good.
That actually does sound pretty good.
Dude, this combo is freaking I'm breaking this up. Get in there.
Oh my god.
Legendary.
That's
Wow.
game plan for Cole, just I feel like the more carbs and water I've given you, the better and better you look, and your weight's kind of just staying the same. And so I'm just gonna keep giving him carbs, water, and sodium, and just let him keep filling up. And yeah.
2 hours later.
All right, the final meal is going down. Greek yogurt is down. Rice cakes are going in right now. We're about, what time is it? We're like hour and a half out from probably when they'll step on stage, so last meal.
1 hour later.
We are starting our pump up. Cole will be on stage first, so he's going to start his pump up routine first. Most of his pump concoction is down the hatch, and he's going to be on stage in probably like 10 to 15 minutes. Flexing on the legs. Oh yeah. All right, here's Aiden pumping up as well.
A few moments later.
All right, I'm sitting here with Cole's family. You seen any of the videos?
I've seen his workout video.
Okay, yeah, we'll take it. So yeah, Cole's about to go on stage, so we're about to cheer him on.
Good luck. Okay.
12 seconds later.
Yes, sir. Up wide. All right, here we go. The closer to the center you stand, the better you're doing. Hard on the quads. Yes, sir. Come on, let's go, baby. Show it to him. Show him the hammies. Nice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, here's Aiden's turn. Yes, sir. Come on. That's 4, baby. He looks better than last show for sure. That's number 4. All right, his number is 4, right? Yes, sir. Let's go, Aiden! I can show you the whole lineup. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Show him that hammy. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here's the open class for Cole. Come on. If he wins this one, he goes for the overall. Nice. Cinnamon toast crunch, baby. Yep, get wide. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hold that right there.
Oh, yeah, look at those hammies, baby. Quads and abs, baby. Yeah.
Hold that.
Fuck yeah, baby. All right, here is Trevor, the other Evolution gym member, who is currently battling out for the Open in Class B.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Hair out.
Yeah.
There you go. Quads hard.
Yeah. Oh, I might. Aiden's back up there. This is the Open class.
All right.
This is the one we want to win.
There you go.
Yep. Yes,
Let's go.
sir.
Let's go now.
Give it to him. Nice.
Atta baby.
Yep. Yeah.
Hair out.
Yep.
There you go, buddy.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yours.
Big quad.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There you go. Core tight.
There you go.
Nice.
Atta baby.
Yes, sir. We'll see what the judges want. Okay, this is after all of the prejudging posing that they did. And the way it looked in their open classes, they both stood in the center the whole time. So we're thinking, oh God, Justin just hit me in the nuts. They might both take their open classes and then go head to head in the overall, which was the ultimate goal. So, fuck yeah.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, here's Cole's posing routine. That's not it. Yeah. That's not it either. We're waving at Cole right now.
Keep on going.
Yeah. There it is. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yep. Oh yeah, baby.
There you go.
Looks like a Greek god. Sir. Oh yeah.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, show them the hammies.
There you go.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah. Hell yes. Yes, sir. This is a long posing routine.
There you go, Cole.
We're going so long.
Yeah! Let's go!
There you go, Aiden! Woo! Yeah! Woo! There you go, buddy!
Yes, sir!
This is the awards for the debut class. Trevor and Cole are both out here.
Fifth place medal to Adair Aguiar. Fourth place, competitor number 24, Cole Carson. Let's go, Cole! Yeah!
Let's go, baby! See, Trevor
Second
gets.
place award goes to competitor number 74, Trevor.
Let's go!
Los Campeones, Kyle.
All right, here's the novice for Aiden.
Fifth place medal to Andrew. Adar Aguiar. All right, let's take that third place medal to competitor number 4, Aiden Iman.
I don't know. Good job, Aiden!
In second place, Hasid Suicide.
Here is the, Aiden got third.
Go Aiden!
All right, here's the open results. This is the one that we want to do one on.
All right, let's take that fifth place medal to number 67, Shannon Melzer. Fourth place, competitor 27, Ethan Hughes. Third place, rounding out the top 3, competitor 2, Adair Aguilar.
Okay, here's in the top 2 for open.
And in second place, take that award to competitor 4, Aiden. Way to go, Aiden!
Let's go, 4! Okay, here are the results for B for Trevor.
Let's take that fifth place medal to competitor 51, Marcus Littlejohn. And fourth place, we have competitor 31, Hasid. Third place, let's take that medal to 55, Michael Larson. And in second place, competitor 74, Trevor. Let's go, Trevor! Hey, go, Trevor!
All right, Cole is out here. This is the Class C overall.
We can start announcing some awards, though.
Oh, no.
Fifth place medal to competitor 41, Joseph Thomas. In fourth place, take that medal to competitor 75, Tristan Stahl. Competitor 20, Chad Summer.
All right, well, Cole's top 2 here.
Second place, let's take that award to competitor 24, Cole.
Yes, sir!
Way to go, Cole!
All right, Cole got second. Let's go.
Way to go, Cole!
Yes, sir.
16 paranoia-filled days later.
All right, now that I am a little bit over 1 week removed from the show, I'm able to look at things and the results of the show a little bit more objectively because when I got done with the show, I was still relatively emotionally hot. So these are some of the things that I did not necessarily agree with, or I just I'm honestly still a little bit confused about when it came to how the Classic Physique was judged. All right, so I'm going to start off with the division where Cole got 4th place, which to me, out of all of these decisions, this one didn't make sense to me, honestly, at all. I'm going to start off putting Cole next to the guy who got third place and beat him. When comparing competitors, judges have three main things that they are going to look for. The first thing they're looking for is size, or just like how much muscle mass these athletes have. The second thing they're looking for is the conditioning of these athletes, or just like how lean they are. And then the third thing that the judges look for is the symmetry, which is just like how well a physique flows from top to bottom, front to back, just like how balanced everything is and how all of the muscles of an athlete's physique flow together. So when we put these two guys next to each other, the first thing that I see, the guy who got third, he just like is not stage lean yet. Also, if this competitor were to have shown up in the same condition as Cole, I think that Cole might even possibly appear bigger. When comparing these guys from the front, for the sake of argument, I will give this guy the size just because like he does appear bigger, but that's for the argument of like if he were to come in lean enough, how big would he actually seem? But for argument's sake, I will give him the size. Cole obviously gets the conditioning because Cole is fucking shredded. And then I can get on board with saying that these guys tie in the symmetry department, as their posing is relatively the same, and the way their physiques flow top to bottom, I would say is relatively equal. Now, when we compare these guys from the back, for argument's sake, I will give this guy size. Conditioning-wise, obviously it goes to Cole. But then when it comes to the posing, I could again see it being a tie, as the guy that beat him, his upper body posing is better. But as for Cole's display of his legs, I think Cole would win the bottom, so it might be a wash in that regard. But then when it comes to the symmetry between these two, personally, to me, it just seems obvious to me that Cole would win the symmetry, as like top to bottom, conditioning-wise is the same. He's got lines everywhere, but when we compare him to the guy that beat him, he doesn't really have much of any lines down low in his legs. So that's where, to me, Cole's symmetry just has to beat him in this pose. But another thing that confused me, and I didn't necessarily know like what the judges were doing, was the way in which they were placing the athletes on stage. Because like as all of the athletes come out right away, the judges will shift them around depending on how they are placing in the show. So typically how judges will place athletes on a stage, depending on how the athlete is doing, is the better you're doing, the closer to the center that you are standing. So based on how the judges place these athletes, you would think that in first or second would be this guy here or Trevor. And then second or third would be to either side. And then fourth and fifth would again be like on opposing sides. So the way that this played out was that first place was this guy, which makes sense. Second place was Trevor, which makes sense. What started to not make sense was that third place, he is standing way off to the left. And then fourth place, Cole is standing here. So I'm not necessarily sure like why third place was way off to the side. Because like if you're going to compare these athletes, how are you going to compare them if they're standing 2 to 3 people away from each other? I personally thought there was even a debate that Cole could or should have got second in this division as well. Because when we compare him to Trevor, who got second in the show, we see that Trevor obviously has the size. Cole wins conditioning. But then when it comes to symmetry, Cole's upper body and his lower body, from the front and the back, they are both on the same levels of conditioning. Whereas if we compare him to Trevor, Trevor's upper body was definitely in shape. But when we compare his upper to his lower, his legs were definitely behind in the conditioning. So to me, there is some discrepancy between what the judges rewarded versus what it says on the OCB website, where they say that they prioritize symmetry over size or conditioning. Now on to Aiden taking third place in his novice division. To me, I was the most okay with this decision. I think there was an argument to be made for Aiden possibly getting second, as he had better symmetry than the guy who took second. But there were literally 0 pictures of them standing next to each other from behind, so I can't really make an argument for something that I don't have anything to back up my claims with. The placing that I thought was up for debate and I didn't necessarily agree with was when Aiden got second place in the open division. I have pretty much the same argument here as I have for Cole and his fourth place finish, but this one was not obvious and it was actually a lot closer. To me, the guy who took first, he could be my personal preference, but to me, he is not lean enough yet. If you're going to take an overall and you're going to win and get first place in an open class, you got to have quads that pop, especially when you have someone like Aiden who is standing next to you, who has a very good balance of all 3 of the size, conditioning, and his symmetry. Give the winner another 2 to 4 weeks of dieting where he can really get those quads to pop. You can get some lines in his hamstrings, and if he just comes in more conditioning, to me it would be lights out and there would be no debate. but because he didn't come in lean enough, I think there could or should be an argument for Aiden edging this guy out. Again, like the Cole situation, Aiden wins conditioning, like that was not close. These pictures don't really do them justice. I was not terribly impressed with the resolution of these stage photos compared to the stage photos Aiden got from his first show. So when we are comparing these two guys in their, we'll just use this front double bicep. Size-wise, the winner definitely wins the upper body category. Legs, I would say, was relatively close, but where I'm starting to find a disconnect is conditioning-wise. For Aiden, top to bottom, he is shredded everywhere, whereas I think the guy who took the overall, his lower body was a little bit behind compared to his upper body in the conditioning. Now, when we compare these two guys with a back double bicep, I feel like the discrepancy in their symmetries is even more prominent. Again, size-wise, the guy who took the overall, his upper body is way bigger. I would say Aiden's legs are comparable and possibly bigger. But the discrepancy between the winner's top and bottom of his symmetry of each two, they are just not close compared to where Aiden's symmetry, like when you look at his legs, he's got good separation between his glutes and his hamstrings, and then he has lines in his hamstrings, whereas the guy who won doesn't really have much for lines at all in the back of his legs. So again, I'm not necessarily sure like where or what the judges were following, because on the website it says that they prioritize symmetry, and if both athletes have both some qualities of size and conditioning, like the symmetry should have been the priority, and if Aiden had better symmetry, in my opinion, that's where I was confused of what the judges were rewarding. I'm going to quickly talk about Trevor's open class, where he also got second place, and the order in which the judges put these athletes on the stage. Again, I wasn't, when the show was over, I was just confused on what they were trying to do. So when we're looking at how the judges line up these athletes, you would think that center stage would be between Trevor and then this guy, number 51, standing to the left, or Trevor's right. So you would think that one of these two were in first and second, and then third place would be off to the side, fourth place to the other side, and then just like fifth and sixth and so on as it flips to opposing sides. But the way that the results played out is 51, who stood in the center the whole time, he ended up getting fifth. Trevor got second. This guy who was all the way to the right, he got third. This guy got fourth. And then this guy got first. So again, I'm confused on if the judges are trying to compare these athletes and determine their placings, how are you making these decisions if you're not even having the athletes stand next to each other? And personally, to me, I think putting 51 in fifth place might have been the worst call in the entire show, as to me, he brought a very good mix of all three of the size, conditioning, and his symmetry. So I don't know why he just didn't get rewarded for it. And now the last division that I'm going to talk about is Cole's open division, where Cole took second. And the placings to me actually made sense this time. But again, the order in which the competitors were placed just still seemed off. It is a common practice in shows, if you have an obvious overall winner who's just going to win, if you put him off to the side. So that was this guy. Shout out to Kyle. He looked pretty freaking good. So if he's going to for sure take first, I get putting him off to the side. And then if we're looking at the stage, if Cole is taking center, he would get second, which he did. So that made sense to me. But what started to not make sense to me was the guy who took fifth was standing right next to Cole at center stage. And then the guy who took fourth in this division, he is standing all the way on the end. So again, if you were going to compare these two, would you not want them standing next to each other? But then this guy, he was the guy who originally beat Cole in the other division. So how all of a sudden does Cole win when they're in the same show and the awards were given out 10 minutes in between each other? To me, this was the right call, but as a spectator, this makes no sense, and it just makes watching the show and trying to follow it confusing.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
I want to shout out Aiden and Cole for the work that they put into preparing for this show. This is my third year coaching and putting athletes on a bodybuilding stage, and I've just been lucky enough to find athletes that once the prep starts and we have things rolling, as simple as it sounds, they just stick to the plan. The training and nutrition protocols required for them to bring the looks that they brought to the stage. There are levels of suffering involved to this, and most will never endure just what I made these guys do. So props to you guys for just sticking to the plan.
If you want a glimpse of what I mean by suffering after this video, you can watch, I have separate training vlogs for both of these guys in their preps, and you can just see the types of workouts that I was putting them through while they were also essentially starving. And I'm going to be making comprehensive breakdowns for both Cole and Aiden of their preps, of all the bodybuilding sciencey nerd information, of me creating the training and nutrition programs that they followed to get them in the shape and conditioning that they brought it to the stage. So subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for those. If you competed in the show or you have aspirations to compete in a show, consider this maybe my informal application to be your coach, so you can reach out to me if you are interested in working together. Or even if you're not looking to prepare for a show and you want to optimize your off season, let's run that up as well. Shout out to both Aiden and Cole's support systems, as prepping for a bodybuilding show is a very daunting, restrictive, potentially psychotic decision to do. I also want to shout out Cole, Kenny's sponsor, for making Cole's prep happen. So thank you for supporting them and making this possible, and you'll see me in the next video.